Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Sarfraz Hussain. I have completed my PhD in engineering. So today I'll be delivering a tutorial for electrical engineering problems. So let us take up the first problem. In this first problem, we have a single phase full bridge inverter that is fed. Okay, so this should be fed, FED. So it is fed from 230 volt DC. So the voltage that is fed is 230 volts and it is DC. And it is connected to a load resistor R that is equal to 10 ohms and inductance that is L is equal to 0.03. Altogether R and L will form the impedance of this particular circuit. Now the inverter is operating in 180 square wave mode. So this is basically 180 degrees square wave mode. So what does this mean, 180 degrees square wave mode? So basically it means that it is inverted form. Okay, the square wave is in the inverted form, or there is a phase shift of 180 degrees, and the duty cycle remains the same, that is 0.5. Now what do we have to do? So the question is, we have to find out the RMS value of the fundamental component of output voltage. So we have to find out the RMS value of the output voltage. So what is the voltage that is fed into the full bridge inverter? That is equal to 230 volts. So let us note it down, it is 230 volts. Okay, so it is 230 volts. Now this 230 volt has to be converted into a RMS value. Now you see here we have the impedance, but do we really need the impedance over here? No, we don't need the impedance, since we are talking only about the voltage. So directly we can calculate from this 230 volts. So that means we don't need these many requirements in order to find out the output voltage. If we are told to find out the RMS value for the current, then we will use the impedance for this R and L. So using R and L we will find out the impedance, and then we can calculate the RMS value for the current. Now for the output voltage we have 230 volts. Now if we want to find out the average, so for finding out the average, what we will do, we will divide it by pi. Now since it is a single phase full bridge inverter, so we have to multiply it with 4, and since we have to find out the RMS, that is the root mean square, so for finding out the root mean square, so we have another term, that is root under 2. So 4 into 230 volts divided by pi root 2, and what does this equals to? This equals to how much? This is 207.10. So this is equal to 207.10. So the answer will be the first one, that is A. So answer will be A. How do we calculate this one? So 4 multiplied by 230 divided by pi, that is 3.14, and root under 2 is 1.414. Okay, so from that we can calculate, and we can find out that the RMS value for this one is 207.10. Okay, so this was about the first question. Now let us go to the second question. Here what is the question? The question is, what is the gray code for the binary number 101011? So how do we calculate the gray code? So first of all we should know that for finding out the gray code we need XOR gates. Okay, so we have to XOR the binary number in order to find out the gray code. So if we have a code which is in the form of 1, 0 and 1, so this is a binary code, and we need to convert it. We have to convert this binary into a gray code. So for finding out the gray code for this number 101, so what we do, first of all, the first or the MSB will be the same, that is 1, and we will XOR these two. So 1 and 0, so if we XOR 1 and 0, so we get 1. Then we will XOR 0 and 1. So if we XOR 0 and 1, then we also get 1. So the gray code for this one is 111. Okay, so XOR, so in XOR what is there? For 0 and 0 the output is 1. For 0 and 1, sorry, for 0 and 0 the output is 0. For 0 and 1 the output is 1. For 1 and 0 the output is 1, and for 1 and 1 the output is 0. So this is basically the XOR truth table. So if we follow this truth table, so we can find out the gray code for this one. So 1 0, so let us write down 1 0 1 0 1 1. So first MSB will be the same, so this is 1. Then we will do the XOR of these two, so we will get 1. XOR of 0 and 1, we will get 1. XOR of 1 and 0 will again get 1. XOR of 0 and 1, we will get 1, and XOR of 1 and 1, we will get 0. Okay, so here is the answer for the second question, and the answer will be for this one is D. So the option D is the correct answer for the second one. Okay, so this was all for today. Thank you so much.